What's good, guys? This is another episode of Layman in the Morning. So lazy how I said that. Episode 4 of Layman in the Morning? I don't know. I mean, we already here. I'm your host, Xavier. Yada yada. It's a podcast. I had a little headache, so we're just gonna chill. We're kind of just chilling. I know I was salsa dancing at the beginning of episode 3, but it began chaotic and it was just kind of messy throughout, but we're just gonna chill throughout this one. I'm just kind of taking it easy right now, and I'm also per usual gonna move the mic for the first 35 minutes of the podcast, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's how it goes. I'm recording. um I feel like I have too much headroom. I want to change the camera, but I'm gonna change the camera. Hold on. No edits, no cuts, no cuts. Okay, all right, we're done. We're good. We're good. We're good. You know what? I said I wouldn't salsa dance, but I didn't say I wouldn't sway. You know that '90s sway that R&B artists do? What's that Kevin Hart bit? Where the R&B artists are like shuffling, and you don't. There's like six of them because there's always six R&B artists at the concert, and you don't know which one's about to pop out until one of them. That shit's hard. I love that bit. Oh goodness, I wish I could sing. Let's just talk about that. Well, you know what? I actually had I did have a topic. I don't know if you guys see. I know you see the bird feeder. I know you see the bird feeder. I don't know if you see the seeds right here. I can't tell from here, but the bird feeder has been great. I enjoy having it. It's dope. All kinds of cardinals coming. We got seeds specifically to attract cardinals. Um, it's a blue jay this morning. And we have red robins here. You don't definitely don't see below me, but there's like a right next to me at the corner of the deck. There's like a pile of hay and whatnot. And these two little cardinals, these two cardinals, I'm pretty sure it's man and female. I don't know what a female cardinal looks like. I don't know what a male cardinal looks like, but it's a red one, and it's in a burgundy kind of one. It's not like a because the usual red robin is like bright red, but there's this red but kind of burgundy one that comes with that cardinal. They'll come here at the same time, and the burgundy cardinal, I assume it's the female. Let me know in the comments if anyone knows about cardinals. Also, why would you? But let me know if that's a female cardinal. But she'll drop down and tend to this nest down here, and it's kind of adorable. While the other red one just eats his fat ass away. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. But it is adorable. It is adorable. They're just two lovebirds. Quite literally, just two lovebirds just getting their thing on, or love men. I don't. Hey, whatever your preferences is fine. Um, it's so cute though, and I hope they build a sustainable nest eventually. It keeps raining, and you know, Mother Nature keeps fucking up the vibes with this nest right here. But I mean, we'll see how it goes if it stays sunny long enough. But also, I have beef. Now I know what you're thinking, Xavier. You're so nice. You're so handsome, and you're such a sexy person. Why would people have beef with you? Well, I'll answer that, non-viewer. Um, it's not a person I have beef with. It's actually a rodent. And some would say this rodent. I'm a dance around this for a little bit, mainly because I don't have a lot of material today, and I'm just gonna try to stretch this out just a tad. But listen, I ain't got no beef with no regular person. Like I said, it's not a person. A matter of fact, it's a rodent. It's small, and it's brown. Some would say it's the monkey of the deciduous forest. What? I'm in Georgia. What forest is this? This is the temperate deciduous forest. I'll probably put it on the side right here, but maybe not. Damn, biology ain't do me no justice back in high school. Sorry. Um, it's the monkey. Let's go with deciduous for now, because that sounds smart. It's the monkey of the deciduous forest, they say. And when I say they, I mean me. Whenever I say they, just assume it's me. It's brown. It has a fluffy little tail, and it's a little shithead most of the time, 99.8% of the time. Otherwise, it's cute at a distance. Um, Bitch, you guessed it. It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel that keeps, as well as Mother Nature with this little cardinal's nest, these little lovebirds or lovemen's nest. It's fucking up the vibes, and it keeps going into the. Let me move the mic over right here. Can I just? I'm just gonna talk to my back to you guys for the worst podcast ever, by the way. So this, so you see right here. I don't know why this is so funny. I feel like I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at this in post, and I'm gonna have immediate regret just watching this. Hey, it's early. I'm a little crazy right now. I said it wouldn't start chaotic, but here we are. My back is turned to the camera, and the viewership is decreasing before my eyes. But like it hasn't already. But so you see this this nest right here? Not nest. Jesus Christmas. This bird feeder. A squirrel every once in a while. I don't know if it's the same one. Just to make the beef a little more spicy, I'm just gonna say it's the same one. The same damn squirrel. We should name him. We should name him first. Hold on. Let's name the squirrel. What should we name the squirrel first? Because he's a rat bastard. He keeps going in to this feeder. And sometimes, because the lid comes, with my back to you. So I don't know if you guys can see right here. But you see that lid comes off. I mean, obviously, for when you have to refill the shits for it to get vandalized again. But we're just going to put that on here. We're just going to put that back on. This may take me 12 minutes. I always have trouble putting this thing on. Here, hey, all right, here you go. We might have a good day. I put that lid back on within 10 seconds, so it might be a good day. Or I might get killed in a fiery car accident. Who knows? Jesus Christ. There's just the whiniest bird up there right now. I don't know what kind that is, but anyway, a squirrel will get into the feeder and just go ham, bro. And we tried so many things. We've got this little back still to the audience, just the sassiest. We had this little little squirt thing. We got the spray. But here's the thing, my mom got the spray for deer and rabbits. I found a squirrel spray at Home Depot, but it said birds on it, so we had to return it because we didn't want to kill these cute little lovebirds or lovemen. So after that, my levels are going to be so crazy how much I'm moving this mic. We had to return that, and then we got I see a snail on my door. I'm sorry. Focus. Then my mom got a deer and rabbit spray, and it also smells like hot dookie diapers. It might be the worst smell in the world because I sprayed it, and for one, it didn't work. For how bad it smelled, I mean, well, obviously, deer and rabbit, we assumed it would. Deer and rabbits would encompass, the entire, rodent wildlife family. I thought that would include, because how different are squirrels from rabbits, Don't answer that. But obviously it didn't work. The squirrel came back, and he came back with a vengeance. He always leaves so many seeds on the deck, and he just makes this huge mess, man. And I come outside and I scare him off. And I've done this 5 or 6 times. I'm going to name him Tyrell. Well, that sounds racist. That sounds a little bit racist. Hold on. That's a little, not racist, but a little too specific. What are we going to name this squirrel? Let's just call him Swiper, no Swipey. I don't know. No, I want a real ass name. Let me think. we'll come back to that. We'll come back to the squirrel name, but he's we'll just call him a little shit for now because that's what he is. And I know I'm cursing so much. I'm sorry, mom, but damn boy, I hate this. I hate this squirrel because I really like the bird feeder and what it's doing. It's spruced up the back deck so much. I sound like I'm about to break down crying, Jesus. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool to have, and now it's like it's just this obstacle that we gotta get through now. And you know, there's I guess there has to be a balance. There can't be peace without chaos somewhere. And you know, the peace is the birds coming and me watching them, and the ladybirds or the lovebirds or the love men making this little nest right here. And the chaos is the squirrel that just comes to wreak havoc on these hungry little assholes. So I mean that's how it goes, I guess. I guess in other news, I'm a dad now. I know what you're thinking. Xavier, you're so handsome, you're so sexy. How are you a dad? And I'll tell you how I'm a dad, no non-viewer. My mom and I, whoa, weird way to start how I became a dad. You know, just with this the last sentence, just the last way to start a sentence on how you became a dad. But I'll finish. My mom and I went to Home Depot last Saturday at the same time we got the the deer and rabbit treater for the squirrel. We picked up some plants. So I guess I want to introduce you guys to our plants. Just slowly losing my mind and not even realizing it. Okay, so let me see. So you can see that right there. I want to set these plants up on the what's his faces on the deck right here, and you know, I guess just talk about them a bit. So let me get the first one. We got two plants. We got both my mom's idea because I'm not gay. No, I'm playing. We got a peppermint plant and we got a lavender plant. So let me get the lavender plant. The lavender plant's name is Lola. I don't know if she's gonna fit on this bad boy, but we're gonna try. I'll be right back. Hold on. So I don't even know if you can see Lola right. Yeah, you can see. You can see. You see what Lola's in. I'll put her up to the camera as well. But this is Lola. I don't know how old she is, but I mean, well, let's just say she's like one. She's just a baby right now because she hasn't started sprouting yet, and she's so adorable. You know, she's just in this big ass pot. I mean, I told my mom I think we need a smaller one, but there's about three of her in here. There's three Lolas, so we figured, or my mom figured, she would need a bigger pot to spread her wings or her roots. But yeah, she's coming along right now. I haven't watered her once. It's been raining so damn much, and I don't want to drown my baby girl. But I guess this is my daughter. Now here's the thing. I don't know. Should I refer her as my daughter since my mom and I still adopted these plants? Should I refer them as to my kids? Because it's one of those things where if my mom and I adopted her, then that would imply that my mom is my wife. I'm pretty sure that's illegal in about 50 states. So, you know, or 49, excluding Alabama. So, I guess we're going to figure out the stipulations. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but we're going to figure out the stipulations eventually. I guess for now, I'm just going to call her my daughter because, you know, I love her like one. Or maybe I can call her my sister boo. Nah, that's too weird. I mean, not as weird as I guess calling her your daughter, even though your mom and I, my mom and I adopted them. Just slowly losing my mind, definitely. But this is Lola. Let me put her up to the camera. My mom named her, by the way. I named the Peppermint Boys. Ooh, the Peppermint. That would be a nice rap group. That would be a nice rap group, or a profile name on Grindr. Here we go. Yeah. Let me show you Lola real quick. Here she is. Okay. All right, just put Lola back. Had to put her back to Betty by. I was thinking, um, let's just name the squirrel Tyrell because I feel like that's so specific and funny. Said no one ever. So I was thinking, what if Tyrell eats the plants? Because maybe not lavender, but peppermint. Is something you can consume. And I didn't know. I don't know. Are squirrels vegetarians? Oh man, that's gonna be clipped. That's gonna become a meme someday. 26 years down the line, that's gonna be just a dank ass meme. Um. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, he only wants these goddamn seeds, as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, I guess it's a good thing. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't indulge in the plants anyway. But man, if he does start munching, because I know, well, never mind. I was about to say something really dumb. Anyway, let's show you my next child, my next love child, my next baby boo, the Peppermint Boys. We're one half of the Peppermint Boys. I'll show you Carl first. Let me get Carl. Now this is Carl. Yeah, okay, you can see his ass. Um, this is Carl right here. Oh, Carl, you're not facing the camera, you silly. Now that bit would have killed in the '90s, and you know it, you assholes. Now this is Carl. I don't know what to say about Carl. Lola is still a baby, despite the fact that she's in this big ass pretentious vase. But I'll say Carl is older than her. I'll say Carl's the big brother, just because he looks like he's growing more. Uh, yeah, I don't know what to say about Carl. See, Carl is he's a phlebotomist, also a misogynist, and an anesthesiologist. So he does all three of those things at the same time. He went to Berkeley because he's also a pianist, and he's kind of just doing his thing in this big world here. Um, I mean, jokes aside, but never jokes aside. By the way, so I got to keep this podcast. I got to keep you interested in some way. But yeah, Carl's just kind of doing his thing. He's growing very well. He's growing very nicely. Um, I'm pretty sure he's growing. I'm pretty sure because when my mom and I initially got him, I feel like he wasn't sprouting as much. I don't know. I literally have no details about Carl, even though I just mentioned that he's an anesthesiologist, a pianist, and a phlebotomist. But besides that, yeah, Carl's just kind of doing his thing in this big world. He is the younger brother to the next guy I'm about to show you, Maurice. Maurice is the big brother. So let's see. It goes Maurice as the oldest. Um, I'll bring out Maurice in a sec. We have Maurice. We have Carl, just slowly losing my mind. Maurice, Carl, and Lola. And I know it's kind of confusing because Lola's in the big pot, but she's still a baby because, like I said, by default, because she's not sprouting that much. Like I said, Carl is a peppermint plant. We are not going to eat him, um, but I also don't know why my mom got him. I guess she wanted to, spruce up the back deck a little bit. But yeah, I guess that's enough about Carl. He's going to UC Berkeley and he's going to graduate in the next year or so. I guess whenever this Roni baloney blows over. So let me show you Carl real quick. He's a beautiful specimen and he's my baby boy. Oh, that's a boy. Hey, now this is our final plant. This is Maurice. Now, you're probably wondering, Xavier, you're so handsome, you're so sexy. Why did you name him Maurice, Carl, and Lola? Like I said, my mom named the lavender plant Lola for whatever reason she had. I don't know. Who gives a shit? So disrespectful. Um, But I named Maurice and Carl because Maurice just exuberates a big nigga energy. I mean, name one small Maurice. Even if you don't know a Maurice, just imagine in your head. Imagine in your head right now. I need everybody to close their eyes. We're gonna do this little exercise. Do a little exercise with me. Close your eyes. Are your eyes closed? Your eyes closed. Your eyes. Okay, thank you. And just picture a Maurice in your head, and we'll let it sit. We'll just let the ambience take over, and we're just gonna let your mind run free with the one word, with the one name, Maurice, in your head. You got it? Now, what did you think of? 99% of you imagined a really big nigga who's maybe a cafeteria in some kind of school for the less fortunate. Now, I know that's very specific. I think I have a family member that's a Maurice, and he is indeed a large man. I'm just gonna put it out there. Now, I definitely made that up. I mean, I know I have a family member named Maurice. I legit forgot what he looked like though. But anyway, Maurice just sounds like a person who's of a larger structure, whether fat or jacked or whatever the case is. But I mean, that's for your mind to decide. Just know he's over 8 feet at the least. Besides that, but besides Maurice's size, um, I don't know. Maurice isn't doing much with his life right now. He's kind of a couch potato. He works out every so often. Um, you know what he loves. He loves him some Tyler Perry's House of Pain. Maurice won't stop watching House of Pain, and I'm like, bro, Maurice, that got canceled years ago. And he's like, chill, dad. You're so handsome. You're so sexy. Chill, dad. It's a bad, terrible joke, considering the context. But yeah, Maurice is just doing his thing in this big world. How long have we been talking about plants? We've been talking about just the back deck, just just the ecosystem of the back deck for 22 minutes. Um, Maybe enough of that. Let me show you Maurice, and we're just gonna get to these topics. I don't know, man. With this podcast, I'm kind of just a head ass on it, TBH. But a lot of this stuff is just like I have to drag things out, of course, because I don't have nothing to talk about. So I feel like at some degree, it's helping me with like riffing, I guess, just being like a just coming up with shit off the dome. Now that was a bad set what you just watched. I definitely bombed just now what you just watched. I'm not bragging in any way, but I don't know. I feel like as the days go by, as the Saturdays pass, each different podcast, maybe I'll blossom into something more than a goddamn plant bit. But those are my babies though, Maurice, Lola, and Carl. And oh, the neighbor's out 2 houses down from me, and she's definitely watching me talk to myself right now. But we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep trucking along. Maurice, Carl, and Lola, they're the homies. They're my babies, and I don't know what else to say besides that. Um, Definitely gonna continue to talk about them if I run out of material. Most definitely. I guess let's get into these topics. Tyrell, don't fuck with my shit, you know. I will murder you, I swear to God. So here we go. Let's get into the first topic. I don't know who saw the Travis Scott Fortnite thing. So I'm chilling on Twitch yesterday, right? Kind of just doing my thing, laying in bed, as most white girls do. And I go into Twitch because I was just checking in if a streamer I like was going live, and I see all these like thumbnails, like these live thumbnails of people saying Travis Scott concert countdown or something like that. And I'm like, Travis Scott concert? Well, that's not a thing because you're playing Fortnite right now, huh? So I go on one of their things, and there's like a countdown. One of the one of the guys were just playing Fortnite or whatever, and there was like a countdown in the sky, and I was just so confused. I went to YouTube and I looked it up, and people were streaming on YouTube as well, and somebody posted a video about it. I don't know who. I don't give a damn. Some white guy who streams, which could be any white guy basically. So let me see. And he explained it. He explained that there was going to be like a virtual concert, basically, a virtual Travis Scott concert, quite literally. So I don't know what that entailed. I was very interested, and by the time I found out about it, it was about 15, maybe 30 minutes until the concert was gonna happen. So I kind of just stuck around and watched this guy play this terrible game for 30 minutes, and they had like a stage for him and everything for Travis in the middle of the map, and Fortnite added these like cool little emotes that had everything to do with Travis. They had the meme. They had the meme with him holding the goddamn mic stand and just yelling, and with the snapshot of his mouth being so large for that half a second. Is Travis Scott a demon? Travis Scott's a great artist, but also is he a demon? Let me know in the comments if Travis Scott is possessed by a Lord Cthulhu. They had that the microphone stand thing, and they had the head banging emote, which was so hilarious. And I'm pretty sure the second every time you do it, the second half of sicko mode would play, but right before the drop, it's like boom, 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 boom. Waiting outside, I'm in the IC on a coupe. Then outside, give me the loot. I'm off the Remy. I'm off the Papa Zan till I land. There's 3 beat switches in there, so who knows? Oh, it's a nice day out. It's actually a nice day out today. I'm pretty sure I said it in the last podcast, but I love how it looks after it rains because the grass is just especially greener, But anyway, I'm looking at this guy's Twitch. I'm just hanging out. It comes the time for the concert, and all the guys are gathered there, all of him and his friends that are in the same server. And it is, for one thing, it surpassed my expectations. This whole concert thing in general, it was kind of amazing. I don't know if I want to show off the guns right now. I don't know if I want to show out the hush puppies right now. Because I'm actually getting kind of hot. Temperature is it right now? But anyway, it comes the time for the concert, and it's like everybody's on the stage because they assume Travis is going to be on the stage. And lo and behold, this planet starts coming toward them, and I assume it's Astroworld, and depicted in like a video game kind of style. And it I don't know where to put this. I want my jacket to stay so fresh and so clean, like an Outkast single. But I guess I gotta take risks. Here we go. Never done this. Hey, debut podcast without a jacket. You see my arms now. I don't think anyone's seen my arms before. Anyway, yeah, this Astroworld planet starts coming towards them, full of like it's like a Ferris wheel on top of it, roller coasters, all these like lights and whatever, and it's kind of hectic. And a meteor comes from behind it, like a purple meteor, because it's Travis Scott. Why wouldn't it be purple, And it lands on the stage, and there's this flash of white light, and then as the light fades away, you see this giant ass Travis Scott just performing, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play Fortnite, never have, never will, but I got some goosies. Watching that, because it was just not at all what I expected, because I assumed initially It was going to be, a bunch of people crowd towards the stage that I mentioned, and it was going to be maybe Travis Scott on like a USB mic performing all of his shit, you know, and some cool little fireworks and graphics and stuff like that. Just some half-ass kind of stuff. But bro, it was such a dope. I feel corny saying experience, but it was cool to see. It was cool to watch, and yeah, I guess experience. It was really dope because it was, like I said, it was a giant Travis. It was a giant Travis, and he performed Sicko Mode. He performed some new shit too with Scott Muscati. He formed a new group with Kid Cudi called the Scots, which is like also why didn't I think of that? I mean, of course my name isn't Scott, but the Scots is like, that name was on like just a plate being handed to to Travis and Kid Cudi basically, because I know Kid Cudi is Travis Scott, or no, Kid Cudi is Travis Scott's idol. And I don't know, it's one of those things where it's cool they're linking up now. That's why I got really excited when I heard Birds in a Trap for the first time. And that album, not that I hated that album, but it was a cool album. It was cool. It wasn't rodeo though. Nothing will ever be rodeo. But besides that, I heard Through the Late Night, and I was like, oh snap, this song's terrible, but it's cool that Travis gets to perform with his idol, which is sick, man. Jesus Christ, excuse me. But and I don't think they made a single after that. Well, I think Travis was featured on Passion, Pain, and Demon Slang. I'm pretty sure. Was it that? What's the one where he's in the? I think Passion, Pain, and Demon Slang is the one where Kid Cudi's on the field, just tripping balls, with the Radio Blur cover. I forget, but I'm sure they have two songs together, and they debuted a new one at the end of this event called just the Scots. They just named it after their group, and yeah, spoiler alert, the song slaps. It was super dope. It was really dope. I didn't mind it. But the whole event in general, there was like a portion where Travis became this like weird kind of robot hybrid, and he was like performing the second half of Sicko Mode, and it was just like after that he grabbed two stars. He grabbed two stars, and then he like powered up, and it just turned into like a. Or that's the part I'm talking about. This whole sky was red, and there was like goddamn meteorites and shooting stars, or which are meteors, I'm pretty sure. And jeez, what else, man? They went underwater for this portion, and the design they added the Jordan highs and everything. They got his outfit and his whole like aesthetic and look like down to a T. Because if you go towards the giant Travis, you can see that I'm blinded by the sun right now. If you go towards the giant Travis, you can see that he was wearing the Jordan highs, the Travis Jordan highs, whatever the name of the goddamn shoe is. He had those. I think he had the sixes on when they did a whole underwater sequence where with this. I don't know if it was a character that was already established or if it was made during the Fortnite day, but it was this like spaceman with the Cactus Jack logo like painted on his helmet, and he was just underwater, and he was wearing the what are the green Travis Scott Jordans? I'll just throw it out. I'll say the sixes maybe. I'm losing my black card. I'm losing my black. What can I say? What can I say? I give a damn about things other than I can't say that because I own a pair of Jesus Christ. I need to own a pair of sunglasses. I own a fake pair of Travis Scott Jordan lows. So, the Jordan 1s. But what were we talking about? What this sun is it's doing its thing right now. It's actually cooking me. But I guess to say the least, the experience was really tight. It was such a sick concert, and I was telling my mom this the weekend before that. And it was one of those things that I like how everybody is kind of just coping with everything that's happening right now. It's a very strange time that we were kind of just abruptly thrown into, in terms of not being able to see our friends and family, and if we do have to shop, we have to, go in with like a hazmat suit basically. And it's a weird, it's a scary, it's an uncomfortable time. I'm pretty sure I mentioned on episode one I lost my job because of it, a job that I really enjoyed, a job that I really liked. But it's just one of those things. I mean, and many people did, not just me. But hella people lost their job. Hella people are just out of work, have kids to feed, and some people can't see their family and their friends, and they're just stuck at places. So I really like how, I guess, certain parts of the world, because other people are there's one half where people are just trying to cope. There maybe like live stream church services. Maybe you're a rapper that wants to have a virtual concert with a bunch of 9-year-old white kids that are streaming on Twitch, which is awesome. And then there's the other side of it where racists are beating up Asians. So it's a full spectrum. It's the full spectrum. We're just gonna have to. I don't want to say deal with it. That has to stop definitely. But it's just what it. I guess it is what it is. I was at my mom's job yesterday, helping her clean the office, and her manager came out, and we started talking for a bit, and she was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry about what happened," and I was like, "It is what it is." It's like a Kirk Knight album, It's you can't stop it. It just you got to keep going in whatever kind of way. I'm trying to stay productive during all this. I made a short film. I recorded a song, and I started this podcast. Hey, hey, hey. Feeling so in love with you. Hey, that's a good segue, right? I'm thinking of feeling so in love with you. It brings me to my next topic. I want to talk about Sminos Mixtape. Whoa, hey, hey. Wait, hold on. Let's just play the intro off of Smino's new mixtape. If you don't know, Smino is a mix. Smino. If you don't know, Smino is a mixtape. He is a wave file. No, Smino is a rapper slash R&B artist coming out of. I legit started this sentence in the back of my mind, not knowing where it was gonna go, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. Don't know where he's from, but he is talented. Let's just say, I want to say St. Louis. Let's say St. Louis. Maybe? Smino, if you're watching this, I apologize, and also why. But let's play the intro to his mixtape. It's called Sad, otherwise known as She Already Decided. And I listened to the whole thing. I don't know if I want to do a kind of a review because I haven't sat with it long enough. It's one of those things. It got mad cold all of a sudden. We might have to put the arms away, guys. We might have to put the arms away. You guys weren't ready for the guns anyway. So, but She Already Decided. I think he dropped it from today, about four or 5 days ago. But it's really sick though. It's kind of a what did Lil Wayne do? So just so annoying on the mic. What did Lil Wayne do? No Ceilings. It's kind of his No Ceilings, where he's just rapping a bunch of over a bunch of instrumentals, which is super dope. And also, it's a real mixtape. It's so real. I don't know if you guys heard me. It's a real ASMR. It's a real mixtape. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Xavier, you're so handsome and you're so sexy. How is it a real mixtape? Well, I'll tell you, non-viewer. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. I apologize. But it's free. You heard me. It's free. And it's not the Chance the Rapper kind of free where that shit is on Apple Music. But it's like, how do I explain this? You don't have to pay any money to listen to it. and you can download it off of like DatPiff or something like that, which is really sick. It's one of those things where we live in a weird time with the streaming era. I feel like such a cuck saying that. I don't know why. Streaming era just sounds like such a douchey thing to say. I don't know why. I don't know why that bothers me. We're at 40 minutes right now. I need to chill out and get to these topics. We're in the streaming era with like, well, you know, rappers nowadays. Drake put out 2 or 3 years ago. What's the one with the cover of his dad? And he called it like a playlist or something like that. But it's obviously an album. This is gonna bother me for the rest of the podcast. I tell you what. Well, you know what I'm talking about, though. I'm gonna keep thinking. We're gonna come back. But yeah, he called that album a playlist, which it was a good tape or playlist album, mixtape, whatever you want to call it. It was dope. But it's like, my standard is for a mixtape and an album and an EP. Well, let's leave EP out. But if it's an album, you got to buy it to listen to it, or you got to be paying for some kind of streaming services to obtain it. And if it's a mixtape, you download it somewhere for free. The artist puts it out for free, not some douche on uTorrent. Jesus, not some douche on uTorrent, but the artist puts it out for free on whatever kind of platform, whatever it's DatPiff or on his website or his Twitter, whatever the case is, and you get it for free. And we don't have any of that no more. I like Megan Thee Stallion butchered that, but I know, great artist, by the way, shows a little too much ass, shows a little too much rumpus, you know, have some self-respect, but also, nah, she's doing her thing, but, I know she has, these Tina Snow, mixtapes, these different themed mixtapes where she, portrays like a character and her music is based off that character, whatever the character the mixtape is, based on. Wow, that's very redundant. But I'm pretty sure one was called Tina Snow, and I think she called that a mixtape, even though it's on streaming services. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I don't want to fake news, y'all. I don't want to fake news, you guys. I don't want to fake the funk over here. But a lot of other artists do that too, where they call something a mixtape and it's on Apple Music, and I'm like, hey man, you're not slick. Hey bro, hey bro, hey, cut the bullshit. All right, cut the bullshit. It's not free. It's not a mixtape. All right. Because that's what I know a mixtape to be. I mean, let me know in the comments if you're watching this why, and also let me know what you deem a mixtape to be, and if it qualifies, if it's on streaming. That's just so. I don't know. That's not the way I roll. That's not the way hey. So each his own, but I don't roll like that, Buster Brown. What were we looking up? Megan Thee Stallion. Let me see. Was Tina Snow a mixtape? Because I don't even think... Yeah, she has Tina Snow up on here. So unnecessary to look this up. I mean, anyway, she's a great artist. She's good at what she does. But it's not a mixtape if we got to pay for it. And so it just kind of caught me off guard when I saw that Sad was like able to be downloaded for like free and whatnot, and it was like I guess it was just refreshing. I guess I'm like I'm glad that Smino did this, but it was one of those things where also the material was so good that it did 16 songs. It's a thick boy, but the material, all of it was so dope. I enjoyed it front to back. It was one of those things where it was like, kind of wish this was on streaming so he could get a little penny off of this. But, you know, I mean, I guess he can't since he only, like I said, he no ceilings it, and he rapped over a bunch of instrumentals. So, I mean, it happens. What do I mean by that? What? Jeez. We're just kind of hanging out. You guys having a good time right now? Let me play the first song. Let me play the first song because I'm definitely trying to kill time till the end of the podcast, but I'll never say that out loud. He rapped over For the Love of You. Now that's GOAT status by the Isley Brothers. What? Bro, who as a rap artist would take that kind of risk? Who would do this? Who would I know what you guys are thinking. Xavier, you're so handsome, you're so sexy, but who would do this? Well, I tell you, non-viewers, Smino would. Smino would rap over For the Love of You. I don't know if I want to play this because I don't know if YouTube is gonna get up in my ass, as the kids say. But we're just gonna get right into it. We're just gonna take that risk like Smino did on the song. Oh my goodness! I'm about to unzip all the way. Hold on. I'm about to show the arms here. Hold on. Hey, hey. Who's doing this? What rap artist is doing this? Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. How he hits this note though? Lifting up the sticky way. We're done. We're done here. I think we're done here. We're done here, bro. We're done. I'm retiring. It's the end of the podcast. All right, I'm Xavier. This has been Layman in the morning. Bro, that intro is so hard. I don't think you guys understand. I actually don't think you guys understand, bro. The risk he took. I mean, Smino has a very great falsetto. I think that's how you describe it. His high pitched voice. He has a great falsetto anyway, so he can. Of course, he can do that song justice, but it's not like he's not like singing the exact same lyrics. It's not like a remix or whatever. It's not like a cover, but he's legit rapping over it, and he's going back and forth with this pocket of rapping and singing and rapping, and it's like, damn, bro. So impressed. Shouts out to Smino. The Sad mixtape was awesome front to back, and he also covered my boy Baby Kane. Jesus Christ. Shouts out to Baby Keem, but he did cover Black Soda. Excuse me, Orange Soda, but he named his Black Soda. Hold on. Honestly, yeah, that I'm scared to play because I definitely know YouTube would jump in my asses. And he did the box. Jesus, bro. He did a Clink remix with Clink was off of his album Noir, I think, and he did a remix of that with T-Pain. Covered Roddy Ricch's The Box. He rapped over I want to say PTG, PTD, POV by shouts out to Pornhub by Party Next Door. Let me see. So many bangers on this. Like I said, 16 songs. I wanted to review it, but it's I can't do a breakdown of all these. It just hasn't sat with me enough. And I've also only been listening to Fronto Isley, which is the song we just listened to where he covers the Isley Brothers. So that's what's happening there. We're at 49 minutes. All right, guys. I know. I know. I listen. Hey. I know. We did a bit about. We did a bit that was slightly too long about how I'm a dad and how I'm not really a dad, but I just bought some cheap ass plants that might die inevitably in the next 2 weeks. I named a squirrel that eats all my shit, Tyrell, and I sung over the Isley Brothers just now, and it might be cringy, it might be uncomfortable, and it might make you want to jump into the ocean. But we're just kind of here. And if you're still watching this, if you're this deep into the podcast, hey, why not finish and drop a like and subscribe? Why would I say that at the very end of the podcast, you know? Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just all trying to cope right here. I haven't even gotten through all my topics. Hold on. I'm talking like it's the damn outro, and we're still shoot. we still got some things to talk about. But shouts out to Smino once again. I love that tape. Mountain Dew flavored Doritos exist, and they take snacking to a whole new level. It's the article from Yahoo.com. Yeah. Well, I guess for one thing, Doritos. Why? I do have another question. Oh yeah, why? And I do have one more question. Doritos. Why? Just wanted to know. For one thing, if you eat Mountain Dew Doritos, I will assume that in middle school you only wore Heelys and you had flat brim hats. Flat brim. You only wore flat brim DC hats, and that's the truth. That's the that's the truth. I'm pretty sure. Like, who came up with this concept? It's bad enough the coronavirus is just like just laying out bodies like Mike Tyson in the street, but now you introduce this I guess what do you call it, WMD, just weapon of mass destruction, okay, that can only be known as Mountain Dew Doritos onto the premises, and you're just kind of making matters worse with whoever came up with that idea. And it's just one of those things where we gotta get used to it. You know how I just talked about my plants for just too long, for just slightly too long. Like, the bit was kind of good at first, and then I just kept going. It's kind of one of those things, but it's at the kept going phase with these Mountain Dew Doritos. I don't have much to say about it. I'm pretty sure it's only in Australia, by the way. But if it hits America, I might jump into the ocean. I might most definitely jump into the ocean and take my mother with me. We're just gonna. Oh, my sandal slipped. Oh, oh. We're just kind of trucking along here. I'm out of material, but you're just gonna hear me rant about these Mountain Dew Doritos. But I definitely don't want to end the podcast on that. Let's end it on a high note, I guess. I don't even think we're towards the. No, we still got 8 minutes left. Look, I just trying to wrap this thing up. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, and I talked about the Travis Scott thing. I guess we're all just trying to find some distractions and some sense of solace from what's going on. I guess it's just one of those things. And maybe your sense of solace is eating a battery acid filled bag of Mountain Dew Doritos. And I'm not gonna, hey man, I'm not gonna slam on your parade here. I'm not gonna rain on. So Roma just hit me. It might be Monroe and Carl. It might be Monroe, Carl, and Lola. Who knows? It kind of smells very good back here. My kids smell great. What can I say? But damn, shawty. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna rain on your parade if you want some Mountain Dew Doritos. Here's the thing: we all have our own ways to cope. Let's talk about coping real quick. So as I spoke about on the episode 1, well, I didn't speak about it. I barely touched on it, but I talked about it a little here. But I did get laid off from my job, as well as many other people, due to that Roni baloney. And it's one of those things where, like I said, people just don't know what's happening. People don't know what to do. And my first initial response to getting laid off was like, I'm gonna make my first short film about this. Now, I don't know how pretentious, how weird that sounds. I don't know why it would be pretentious, but it's just one of those things where it was a job I really liked, and I gotta face this. I talked with my cousin about this actually last night, but it's one of those things where you kind of gotta face head on, you know. And it's less about me facing the job, or facing the pain of losing my job and the suckiness of it, but it's also one of those things where it's coping. You know, you have a lot of people that can't see their homies, so they got to go on Fortnite, and they have to, they have to wild out. Even if it's like 5 minutes of cool visuals on this video game, and none of it's technically real. You're basically just on your couch, and your friend is like another state away on the couch with you virtually. Um, even though none of that shit's real and it's all in augmented reality, and you're just replacing your pain with something that's temporary. It's dope because you're coping. We're all just trying to cope, and that's the theme of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. We're just trying to hey, we're just trying to figure shit out. You know, people can't hang out with their friends. They play Fortnite. Um, I lost my job. I'm gonna make a short film about it. People can't go to my auntie can't go to church. She's watching live streams. My auntie is about 89,000 years old, and give or take a few, she's 89,000, and she has a Facebook account, and it's kind of adorable. It's actually very adorable that she has a Facebook account, because it's one of those things where my cousin made it for her because she wants to watch church live streams on Facebook, and if that's not the cutest shit ever, then you have no soul. But at the end of the day, my auntie, just like everyone else, just like me, who lost my job, is just trying to cope, and that's what we're doing. That's what I'm saying. I really like. There's obviously both sides of it, where people are obviously beating up Asians in the street, but also there's people just who just want to sit down and see a virtual church service because it's that thing they longed for. It's that thing they were habitually doing every Sunday, and now they don't have that. But at the end of the day, you got to make it work. You make it work, and that's what we do as a people. You just kind of make it work. Because I mean, what's the alternative? You're kind of just sitting around. You're just feeling sorry for yourself. And you just, feel bad about everything that's going on. You lost your job. You can't feed your kids. You don't know how you're going to pay rent. And, I mean, obviously easier said than done. There's people in a lot realer situations than me out there who lost my job, because I have a cushion with the money I saved up from only buying used starter jackets and fake Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows. But some people obviously have kids and they don't know, where their next meal is going to come from, and I completely understand that. But it's also one of those things where you could just sit around and mope about it, which will get you nowhere, or you could do something about it. And people are looking at Georgia all crazy because Mike Kemp reopened like salons and bowling alleys. And by the way, why, Mike Kemp, did you open up bowling alleys? But salons and stuff like that, I understand. Essential businesses. People got to get their hair done. Look at me. I look like I'm gonna ask you for change in the next 5 seconds. But that came from people protesting and whatnot. And I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing that he reopened. It's definitely bad that you reopen bowling alleys, Mike Kemp. Why? It's not an essential business, and it requires a thing where people have to go into a building and put their hands on this ball, where many other strangers have put their hands into that same ball. But it's going to spread the virus even more, and there's going to be a second wave, and we're going to become like New York and Italy. But it's okay. But it isn't. But here's the thing, man. All that came from people protesting in the street. They did something about it. They didn't sit around and they didn't mope. They were like, "Hey, I need money." I probably should have done that, but they went into the kitchen. They got a Sharpie. Why is a Sharpie in the kitchen? I don't know. But we're just gonna, in my world, Sharpies are in the kitchen now, and forks are in your office. They got a sign. They got a Sharpie. And they drew, "I want my money," reopened the government, and they stood outside their local courthouse and give me my money, reopen a bowling alley for some reason. And Mike Kemp was like, all right. Sorry, Mike Kemp. He's under a lot of pressure, which I understand. But Georgia kind of sort of reopened because of all that, because people didn't just sit there. I'm not saying go out and protest for any kind of reason, but if it's something that matters to you, and if it's something that's important, coming from someone who's never protested before, by the way, don't take my opinion with a grain of salt, and less than that if you can. But I don't know what I'm talking about. Just coping, you know. You do what you need to survive, and that's we're all just trying to handle this weird kind of situation right now, and whether we like it or not, I mean, the Roni Baloney is here, and hopefully that Rona is like a Drake single and it's here for a good time and not a long time. And we definitely hit a hour, so yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. That's kind of a somber note to end on. I wish I kind of ended on the Smino song where I could harmonize with the Isley Brothers, but I'm real deal Holyfield over here. My name's Xavier. This is Layman in the Morning, and thank you for watching. Peace. Hey, I know the pod is over, but this is what I was talking about. This is Homeboy, and just eating his fat ass away. And if we pan down, we see the baby mama. Look at that. Just tending to the nest, I think. That's the pile of hay that I was talking about. But there's Homeboy. Look at him. Just stuffing your fat ass away. You piece of shit. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys. I thought it was cute.